Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video on how impressed I am with this knife. It's a 0562. It's the standard iteration of it in G10 and S35VN. So let me give you guys a quick rundown of just why I like this knife so much. First off, I just want to say ergonomics. ZT has gotten better, significantly better, at creating ergonomic knives. Now, another thing specific to this knife and one other ZT I have is I've owned many similar ZTs. These are both Hinder collaborations. This one, of course, being a 0560 CBCF. And this one, I already told you guys, is a 0562. Strikingly similar right here. Sorry, I didn't realize that you couldn't see that. So strikingly similar. This one, jimped to high heaven. Not very comfortable. It is an incredible knife, regardless of that. But it left something to be desired in terms of comfort. Everything that I had issues with ergonomically on this knife was rectified in this knife. It's just the only words I can use to describe the difference between the 0560 and the 0562 and the 0562CF are, it's just refined. It's a more refined version of basically the same knife. Both of them obviously are Hinders. I already said that. I think it's kind of late, so my memory is starting to go. However, I just this one just feels so much more refined. I'm not a fan of the steel lock insert. I've never had a titanium lock bar go to 100% on me, so I've just never been a fan of that. So, I mean, aside from that, I mean, really, this knife is almost perfect. I would say that this is basically the paramilitary 2 of ZT. So, let me just pull a Para 2 out real quick. These guys are going head to head. So, the only difference is with ZT is you get a much higher end version. So Spyderco, yes, they do make a S110V Para 2. No, I don't have a ton of experience with Spyderco's S110V, but I can tell you it's not going to have upgraded handles. It's still going to just have the G10. With this knife, they bumped up the steel. This one's S35 with G10 and titanium. The other variation of it is 20 CV, 204P or M390, depending on which, at what point of production you got it at. The earlier ones, I believe, were M390. 204P was used as a transition into 20 CV, and I think up until now, in 2019, they're being made in 20 CV. And those come, with the carbon fiber scale. One thing that I always remember about ZT is when they did that initial drop of the 777, the fucking hype it built. And then they started doing knives that weren't quite on the same level as the 777, but you still got, an exceptional composite blade, contoured carbon fiber. It was different from the production version in every aspect. The production version of this knife had textured G10 or 3D textured, contoured G10 and 3D textured titanium and an LMAX blade. This is, like, you take it out of, you pick it up and you immediately know it's a special knife. You don't have to know anything about knives to know this is special. I wish that they would adapt that same mentality with their newer knives instead of just throwing a new steel in there. I really did like the composite blades. I thought that was awesome. I like the 3D machining. It reminds me of like a CC Strider, like the concealed carry SNGs and SMFs. I'm a big Strider fan. It's like a dream knife of mine. I don't know why. I always put off buying them. But yeah, so this knife overall, not super amazing slicer, but it is a lot better than a lot of the hinderers I've handled, like the slicer grind hinderers. Sorry. I would say in terms of like, thickness behind the edge, it's very comparable to like a paramilitary 2, at least on this one. Now there is a little bit of variation depending on who sharpens it at ZT's factory. Yeah, it's bound to happen. The difference between these two militaries, the 204P is significantly thicker behind the edge than this S90V. It's just how the cookie crumbles, guys. These are production knives. They're not hand ground by, Rick Hinderer. They're not hand ground by Sal Glesser or, Eric Glesser. It's just, they're production knives. You're paying about $200 for them. So you're not going to get a hand ground blade by the maker. I wish, but it's just not going to happen. So, one thing that I did find quite disappointing, I've repeated the rope cut test on this knife several times after taking a considerable, considerable amount of steel off. And yeah, it didn't improve by much. I don't know. S35VN can suck a dick. That's what happens when you create solutions for problems that don't exist. You end up with problems because you're making a compromise to solve a problem that isn't real. So in turn, like, you're basically making two problems, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. This knife, again, super comfortable. Much better action. I'm not a big action guy, but I have to say it's a lot snappier. Actually, that's one thing I don't like. I'm not a big snappy action guy. The ZT 0560s all have like this real slow, take your time, even with a thumb stud, it's just... I'm sorry, the blade stop. Someone got mad at me for that. You can't do that. It's a blade stop. It's my knife. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, it's a lot snappier of an action. A lot of guys are gonna like that. I'm not one of them. It has a much better deep carry clip than the 0560 did. So this has some clip screws that will snag on your pocket. You can see them right there. So it's almost like it's not even a deep carry knife, whereas this just kind of flawlessly, effortlessly slides just right in your pocket, sits real deep. I'm not a huge deep carry guy, but this clip is executed very well, so I'm not gonna, throw a fit. What else? Free spinning pivot. I don't love it, but I don't care that much. Would have been nice if it wasn't, but I don't know. I have tools, so I can get it undone. The G10 feels really good. The titanium feels really well finished. It almost, it feels different than steel. Like even just, giving it a quick rub, it feels different. I don't know why that is. It just, for whatever reason, it does. Another thing that they changed between the 0560 and this is the blade length. They cut off, I think, a 1/4 inch. So this is a 3.5 inch blade. The 0560, of course, being a 3.75 inch blade. I'm gonna flip this guy around for you. So this is the display side. I know it's kind of hard for me to show you guys, you know, just because of the way the camera is oriented. And then there it is closed. There we go. Look at that pretty little guy. Yeah, I don't know. And then this jimping is kind of, it's there. It doesn't like dig or, you know, hurt my hand at all. It's just kind of hanging out. And it is on a bearing system. Couple thoughts on that. I don't know why people make hard use knives with ball bearings. To me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. They get dirty as fuck. They get gritty as fuck. They get, you know, I don't know. I've never had them break, but I don't use my knives that hard. So, I mean, I don't know what people expect to happen, but yeah, I've never had any issues with ball bearings. It's just the only issues I've had are with dirt, and if dirt gets in there, your action is fucked. Whereas with Teflon or, you know, phosphorus bronze, sorry guys, I'm super tired. With Teflon or just, you know, washer system period, you don't really get that. I mean, it can happen. You can get a gritty action just from having sand in there, but for the most part, it's a little bit more significant with ball bearings. What else can I say about this? The blade shape's amazing. I fucking love this blade shape. The flipper, I like it a lot. In hard cutting, sometimes a flipper will hurt your hand. I don't find that to be the case with this. Even if you really choke up on it. Yeah, this jimping is pretty much non-functional. Maybe it does a little bit, but it doesn't cause any discomfort, which I consider to be non-functional jimping. What else can I say? Over travel stop, kind of redundant because I think it has an over travel stop in this lock insert and then another one right here. I don't really understand it, but what the fuck, you know, I'm not a knife maker. I don't need to. Lock up, perfect. Even if it was way over there, you know, at 50-60%, it would be perfect in my eyes. What else? So it doesn't have a stop pin. Rather it uses these blade stops right here. Can you deploy the knife with the blade stops? I can. Some people are like, oh, I can't fucking do that. But I mean, it's definitely painful to do so just because they are sharp, but can be done if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it though. All in all, definitely a really great knife. It's not going to be something like, you know, I'm going to recommend like, oh, sell whatever you can to get the, like, put it in your fucking cart. There's a lot of things that aren't amazing about this. For instance, the performance of the steel. I mean, it failed, completely failed. Another thing is it's just kind of a boring looking knife. It's just black and silver. A lot of people like that. I don't know. My biggest complaint with it is it doesn't feel like special, you know? Owning this knife, you know, I carry it and I know it's a unique knife. Like, not everybody has this. People DM me constantly asking if it's up for sale. I always tell them no. You know, it's a special knife. I wish they would do a similar variation with this knife. Maybe do a carbon fiber. Let me think about this. Give me a sec. Lightning strike carbon fiber, just because, you know, you got to go up from previous models. I want another composite blade. You can keep S35 back here if you'd like. But a coated M4. I don't know if you guys really paid attention to this, but you can see they have like, you know, there's a drastic difference. If they could coat some M4 like down here and then have some, you know, stonewashed S35 up there, that would be fucking sick, guys. Come on. That would be fucking awesome. You know, or if they did just a unique steel, that would be real cool. At least in my opinion. They could do another ZDP composite like on that 0350 I have. I don't know. I'm just, like I say all the time, I kind of get bored with their knives. I don't know. They just seem like they lost that little edge. They're still amazing knives. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did spine whack this one, and the lock did not fail. So that's very good. I know people were complaining about that. I kind of had some issues with that. With, what was it? I think it wasn't the 300. That one performed great. Which one was it? Oh, the 0804 CF, that carbon fiber, DLC, everything else. And then that 0850, that Rexford Sinkovich design. Those had problems with the lock failing. But other than that, all good in the hood. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I'm kind of low energy tonight. I'm just trying to knock these out just because I did promise you guys. And I don't know, I haven't been delivering, you know, on my promises to YouTube. So I'm going to have to just fucking bare knuckle through it. I might get one more video out tonight, but wow, look at me. That probably bugs the fucking hell out of you guys. I have the knife here, and then like the center of the camera is right here. That, I know that fucking bugs the shit out of me. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but I hope y'all are doing amazing. I hope you're fucking, you know, buying all the dream knives you want. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.